Live from KEXP in Seattle, it's my pleasure to welcome all the way from Jamaica, Jah9 and the Dub Treatment Band.
That's it, love. Give thanks and praise. Rastafari. Good reputation is the best thing to have. All when the mission make your good things go bad. Make your decision with your conscience intact. Then defend your position when the enemy attack. Don't chat too much if you not have nothing to say. Share your opinion only when necessary. Make your deeds speak clearly through your integrity. Cause money cannot help you when the judgment ready. So are you aware of myself in the midst? Aware of vibrations around I. So I don't let the moment confound I. And I aware. Oh, are you aware of myself in the midst? Aware of vibrations around I. So I don't let the moment confound I and I aware. Oh, chalk line around the ego if it threatens to progress. The weapon of protection is complete humbleness. I faith that I courage keep the weight off my chest. Because the heart of the lion is the pride it possesses. Yes, I am aware of the promise the prophets have spoken. Open in anticipation of a king. Aware of the principle guiding which will lead to him an impressment. And I am aware of myself in the midst. Aware of vibrations around I. So I don't let the moment confound I. And I aware. Oh, I am aware of myself in the midst. Aware of vibrations around I. So I don't let the moment confound I. And I aware. Paper trail the ashes through a journey of fear. Unless I am aware of myself in the midst. Aware of vibrations around I. So I don't let the moment confound I. And I aware. Oh, I aware of myself in the midst. Aware of vibrations around I. So I don't let the moment confound I. And I aware. Oh. No, I don't let the moment confound I. We give thanks and praise unto the Most High. We give thanks for the feminine and the masculine balance.
A seer of the way, a seeker of the fullness in the future of the clay. These hands are rough and purpose to create from a mind unconfined that is designed to calculate. Intuiting of the essence, awareness of the presence of the whole beyond each individual part. Master of the mind space, mason of the landscape. With intelligence she access from the heart. One woman is the greatest threat to the status quo. Fruit she will bear, the power she has access to. The world and all perception are simply too subjective. They cannot quench the yearning for the truth. The evidence magnetic, the source is alchemic, and this knowledge must be given to the youth. So what seems to be a sacrifice to those outside her temple, as they fail to overstand the path she choose, is what she willingly releases as she actively connected with the forces that she's learning how to use. A spiritual woman is the greatest threat to the status quo. What she has access to. Tell you, you mustn't talk to yourself and keep away from selfishness. Eve brings sin to the world, so now we're punishing everyone born as a girl. This is the state of now. The minds are trained and trapped in, so make we break it down. Of the source that we tapped into is more than just a number. It's the first evolution of life, but one is the truth of the matter. Yes, sign S-I-N, the mathematical manifestation of life spiraling and self-individual mind is what expansion of consciousness will help one to find. And womb is a function of man. We are not separate, all emanating from the same divine plan. So persecution of the feminine is the reason for the state the world is in. A spiritual woman is the greatest threat to the status quo. What she has access to. A spiritual woman is the greatest threat to the status quo.
Jah9 live here at KEXP. Thank you guys so much for coming in early today. I know it was a late night for you all last night, but we really appreciate you being here at KEXP. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You grew up the first 9 years in a small town in the country. How did you end up in Kingston and with these awesome musicians?
Wow. Short version.
Okay.
I'm the daughter of a pastor.
Yeah.
And so the pastor goes wherever he's called. And we lived the first few years in Trelawney, which is rural Jamaica, but was probably one of the first cities in the Western Hemisphere with running water. So very traditional, but very proud, good values, you know. And we left there and went to Kingston when my father got transferred to a high school, to be the chaplain of a high school. And so coming out of that environment into the city was like a whole other world. And so I was always writing, and I continued to write as I grew. And it really became kind of a solace for me, you know, pen and paper. And I was always singing as well in every single choir available. But I never put the two together until much later when I met instrumental dub. And when I started to listen to the roots, that really inspired me to put my words to music. And it has really just been a series of pull factors that have brought me here, you know, and more, the more I shared it, the more I got a really positive reception about the words and the sounds that I was blending, and producers made themselves available. Some of the best names in Jamaica, you know, musicians and producers alike, and that was really the inspiration, just to see that they were encouraging me. I was like, okay. And I wanted to put together a band of musicians who were not only skilled at playing reggae music, but were intuitive and could still give me, you know, feels of contemporary jazz, but be mindful of the fact that I have so many words to say. Yeah. So I think I found a beautiful blend with the dub treatment. You know, yes. Musicians rotate in and out, but the sound consistently is jazz on dub.
Yeah, you've been compared to Ella Fitzgerald, Erykah Badu, Nina Simone. Are those artists that you have been inspired by?
Definitely, definitely. Tracy Chapman, you know, Dinah Washington, women who have used their voices in a very unique way. And especially the women who have brought forward these powerful messages. That's definitely an inspiration to I.
That's really nice. We're so grateful for what you have become. And the new album called 9 is out now. Where can people pick up this record?
You know, all the regular places, iTunes, Amazon, especially my website. I would encourage you to go to Jah9.com and reggaeking.com if you want to get physical copies of the CD. And I also did a vinyl recently, a dub of the album, which is something very, you know, that's kind of a niche market, but that's where my heart is. So I had the opportunity to work with Mad Professor to, you know, give him all the files and let him do his magic and turn it into an analog masterpiece.
Wow,
so
incredible.
I give thanks.
Incredible. Your tour takes you to Vancouver, BC, where you'll be performing yoga on dub. Well, can you explain what that is?
Instrumental dub, live. So I will be leading my band through a series of improvisations based on, you know, rooted in my music, but improvisation while I will be leading a class of ones who, you know, bring their own yoga mat and their own vibes. And I'm also a certified yoga instructor. I've been certified in a few different styles of yoga, but the one I will be bringing forward most is Kemetic yoga, which is an African-based yoga. And yes, it's really just blending those two elements of instrumental dub, and you know how the drum and bass can affect the soul. So it really is a beautiful thing when you pair those two things. So that's what's up in Vancouver.
Well, I love yoga, and I wish I could be there for that. Would you like to play a couple more songs?
Sure.
Thank you.
Give thanks. Words of encouragement for my sisters. The unity that is required to save our species will be brought forward by the feminine. No more abuse, no more silence. Teacher boy touching on my nephew, stirring up the dragon in my head. Blood bubbling like a boy might have whole of ears as or at least get a page from the dread. Tired of the perverts loose in the classroom, set on destruction of innocence. Ready for the battle with the demon, sure say I know me one, willing to stick a head on the fence. Says unafraid to make an example of a guy or a woman for that matter who would ever dare to try. See through the future is dependent on the youth where we are built. This is warfare, this is not a drill. So any fool feel follyful and want to fraternize. Any undercover freak better know to keep them eyes off. Judgment pan a beast who trying to get a rise off. Watching or touching or assaulting or worse. The kind of evil bring a permanent curse. And I see me an instrument of cruelty and destruction to anyone with a wicked intention for the young one. It is the mightiest of love with which I interface. Love by enemies necessary where it concerns this case. Unafraid to make an example of a guy or a woman for that matter who would ever dare to try. See through the future is dependent on the youths where we are built. This is warfare, this is not a drill. Unafraid to make an example of a guy or a woman for that matter who would ever dare to try. See through the future is dependent on the youths where we are built. This is warfare, this is warfare, this is warfare, this is warfare, this is not a drill. Solutions. Homeschooling, for it will take a village. Tribal council, sister circle, unafraid. See through the future is dependent on the youths where we are built. This is warfare, this is not a drill. Unafraid. Lioness order. Cause this is warfare, this is not a drill. Lift up the vibes now. This is in tribute to the legends of reggae music. Inna the yard, St. Andrew Park, music a bubble, steam as a bubble, but chalice a bubble from morning to dark, and the fire upon the flower just a blaze up. Inna the yard, St. Andrew Park, music a bubble, steam as a bubble, but chalice a bubble from morning to dark, and the fire upon the flower just a blaze up. One thing to always about Jamaica, we are the confidence of the African continent. In Rastafari, no influence is greater, and the state of the nation is testament to why the people that suffer from disease of the mind. Them have them enemy as them deity, so them worship the blind. But the real black Madonna is the rightful divine, and the king and queen crown same time. Balance in the yard, St. Andrew Park, of the music a bubble, steam steam as a bubble, but chalice a bubble from morning to dark, and the fire upon the flower just a blaze up in the yard. St. Andrew Park, music a bubble, steam as a bubble, but chalice a bubble from morning to dark, and the fire upon the flower just a blaze up. The fire just a blaze up, burning out the evil, while the music free the people. Oh, the herb I bring the healing, and the word I bring the knowledge when we take up. We can get shake up when the consciousness wake up. In the yard, St. Andrew Park, music a bubble, steam as a bubble, but chalice a bubble from morning to dark, and the fire upon the flower just a blaze up. In the yard, St. Andrew Park, music a bubble, steam as a bubble, but chalice a bubble from morning to dark, and the fire upon the flower just a blaze up. From generation to generation, the tradition of righteousness is passed on from the ancients, setting a precedence of excellence. Ritual devotion to the mastery of the instrument, strings, wind, percussion, and vocal. I am in vibration, one to order. The most high meditation with the high grade marijuana. In the yard, St. Andrew Park, music a bubble, steam as a bubble, but chalice a bubble from morning to dark, and the fire upon the flower just a blaze up. In the yard, St. Andrew Park, music a bubble, steam as a bubble, but chalice a bubble from morning to dark, and the fire upon the flower just a blaze up. The fire just a blaze up, burning out the evil, while your music free the people. Oh, the herb I bring the healing, and the word I bring the knowledge where we take off. We can get shake up, shake up, shake up, shake up, shake up.
Jah9, it's truly an honor to have you all here at KEXP and in Seattle. Thank you so much. That was an incredible performance last night at the Nectar. You just command the attention of everybody when you approach that stage, and like a queen. It's absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for being here, for taking the time, all of you. And I hope you'll be back soon.
Yes, we will be. We will be. Thank you so much for having us.
I'm DJ Miss Ashley, and this is KEXP 90.3 FM in Seattle.
Rastafari.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.